black?
There's two
Yeah.
here.
This one's that. Oh, thank you so much.
Welcome back to the OA, aka Owners Anonymous. I'm your host, Peter Gosling, and today I had no idea this guest was going to be in town in the building. This is Jules Heron, who is also known as Hair for Humans on Instagram. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, man.
This is a really important, interesting, amazing conversation that we're going to have, and I didn't really prepare a ton of questions for you, but I kind of wanted to jump into it. And I think you've exploded on social media, like absolutely exploded on social media.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people would want to know where that tipping point for you was and when that happened. Because I still think there's a lot of people out there who think that, you know what, I'm putting up content, I'm not getting the love, I'm not getting the hits. What was it that happened that all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, like this is just growing and growing and growing? And I was looking at your socials an hour ago just to like kind of like go through them again. And I'm not saying that they're low quality, but you're pretty much shooting on an iPhone and a mic.
Yeah, I mean, I have a camera, but it's not high quality stuff. Right. You know, like I don't have the setup, you know? It's like just me in my shop. I think the tipping point for me was I saw somebody else in the queer community doing videos, and they promoted this brand or this program to grow their social media.
Right.
And I was like, well, I want to grow my social media because I have such a passion for teaching. I felt very lost in the community of hair.
Sure.
I didn't know what to learn. I didn't know, I was told all of these things that weren't true. Like, you have to do color to make money. You can't make money unless you do color. So I tried to make color a thing for 4 years.
And you were saying you hate color.
I hate doing color. I hate it.
Okay,
I hate doing color because it stresses me out. I don't want to spend 6 hours with a client. I don't want to have to figure out I like shapes. And what you said in your class earlier, I love shapes. I love shapes. That's me. I love shapes. I love making shapes. I love figuring it out. The anatomy of the head, the haircuts of how we put it on there, figuring out what people want with their hair. I love doing that with people. I also don't want to spend 17 hours with you doing hairs or doing color. And so I feel like I don't think I realized that I have a lot to give. And I'm not saying this in an arrogant way, but like I don't see a lot of educators think about hair the way that I do.
Right.
I literally think about it in sections, which then helps my clients because we're all taught, do you want a bob? Do you want a pixie?
Right.
Well, that can mean so many different things. Even just talking about a pixie or a wolf cut. You look up a wolf cut, there's 50 different variations of a wolf cut.
For sure.
So
I don't love necessarily going off of names of haircuts.
Right.
Personally.
Right.
I try to find inspiration when they say that and then I still think photos are great for a lot of our clients.
Photos are great. And my question to that is, when somebody brings in a photo, what specifically do you like about that? And more often than not, they go, I love the texture. And then I go, okay, well, do you like the shape of it? And they're like, not really.
Right.
So it's not really the haircut. They just want to look cool.
Right.
And then we can build it on their head and say, well, your hair is going to do this. It's not going to do that. So many people with straight virgin hair come in and they go, I want this bleached, curly, whatever.
Right.
And it's like, okay, well, realistically, your hair's not going to do that.
Right.
This is the texture that I can give your hair. This is how we can make you look cool with what you have going on. And earlier in my career, I didn't know how to talk to people about that. So I just tried to promise it, and then it never working out because it's not realistic. Then they were disappointed, and then I was stressed out that I was bad at my job. So then the more I started going to shows, the more I started going into education and taking classes, I was like, oh, there is no wrong way to do hair. My 2 rules of a haircut: does the client like it? Does it grow out well?
That's literally what we we've actually kind of shifted as well.
Yeah.
We're not actually even talking about face shape so much anymore.
Yeah.
We're actually talking about, can you rock it?
Yeah.
And like, I feel like anybody can have any haircut if they're confident and they want to rock it. Problem is what I feel like we're doing sometimes is truly building confidence, which kind of brings me to my next question. Because I feel like you obviously have a community. And I feel like a lot of your community feel comfortable and safe coming to get haircuts from your community.
Yeah.
And I think that we need to be a little bit more educated. I come from an old school background where sometimes, and this happened recently, like, you know, I have a sense of humor that sometimes people don't always find funny.
Sure.
And I never mean it aggressively or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm really working hard. And this is a big thing for me is like, I think a lot of people are trying to figure out how to come correct in certain spaces right now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just kind of wanted to hear from you. And I think this is really good for the listeners to sort of hear your perspective of how people can, you know, come in and be a little bit more, showcase a little bit more empathy and understand how to address people the correct way. And I don't mean just from your own community, but from all communities. And it's clear that you've done something because, again, I went through your socials. It's not like you're just like on one style. You have a lot of people who are coming to you for a lot of different reasons. So I just kind of wanted to hear a little bit more about that from you.
I mean, I want to meet people where they're at. So I'm not going to talk hair terms with a client because they don't know what I'm talking about. They have no fucking idea. And I remember talking to my brother who was looking for a new career and he was thinking about going into hair. And he's not now, but he was thinking about it. And he was like, what do you think the reason that you're so booked out? What do you think the reason is why people come to you and you're so like, I have people flying in from other countries sometimes to come get a haircut from me. Which is insane.
Where's the furthest?
I want to say Pakistan, but the reason that she flew, it was an excuse to come see her sister in San Francisco. But the reason that she came to San Francisco was so she could go to Portland. And she wasn't planning on seeing her sister. So it's like, can I say she came just for me? I don't know. But I would think that, I mean, people from Canada come down and across the country. I had somebody from like North Carolina, which is complete opposite side of the country.
That's east to west. Amazing.
Just for a haircut. And he asked me, he was like, why do you think you're so popular with people that people want to fly and take trips just to see you to get a haircut? And plain and simple, I listen to them. I listen to what they want. And I feel like so many times hairstylists have so much pride in their work that it can cloud what we see on other people. Like, I'm used to seeing this type of person. You say you want a pixie, you're gonna get my version of a pixie because that's what looks good on you. That person might not feel good in that type of pixie. And so I ask very specific questions of, do you wanna see the sideburn? Do you not wanna see the sideburn? Do you like it more masculine? Do you like it more feminine? Do you want the fringe like on your face? Do you wanna sweep it back? And so I think 99% of my clients don't wanna do work on their hair.
I feel like that's
they
a
don't
thing
want to
right
have to
now
style
in
it.
general.
They don't want to have to do anything. And so I cut it how it grows out of the head, which is the easiest for people, so you don't have to style it. But I also ask clarifying questions rather than you should do this. I say, hey, I noticed this thing. Do you want that? If I cut it like this is going to happen.
Are they generally showing you photos like during the consultation process? So let me ask you this. When obviously things started to change for you on socials, and I kind of went back and I could kind of see, and I went really far this morning because I was like, obviously want to do my research to host you, obviously. But I went back and I was like, okay, like this is where this started to like seriously climb. Has your price now changed? And I'm not saying this because you're like, got this ego and like I'm this person and I can charge whatever. But I think when the demand changes and you obviously have that following, it makes you more desirable. And I'm not gonna lie, like as I became more desirable, I tried to effectively, respectfully charge my worth and value because I felt like it was worth it at the time. Now I'm $120 an hour now. I just charge hourly. And I could care less about tips. I'm actually more like whatever. Like I always say to people, like tips are not, I don't expect them.
I don't expect tips.
I don't expect them. They're just like appreciated. Do you know what I mean? But like, was there like kind of thing like, cool, like I can kind of scale as well because people were like, you're in demand. So like, I feel like it's important for viewers to hear because I think some people still think that they can't make it on socials or YouTube or start a new thing. And exactly. So did your pricing change as that started to grow? Okay.
So my motivation to grow on social was so I could increase my prices. I was working 6 days a week behind the chair. I was working myself to the bone and I couldn't do it anymore. So I also really wanted to educate. So I was like, I want to be able to have more time away from behind the chair. I wanted to be able to travel and take as many classes as possible. And then I got introduced to Fancy Scissors, Jake and Ben, and M. Chen and Mari and Maddie Conrad and all of those people where I'm like, oh, this is my community of people. And so that was the motivation behind raising my prices. So I went from, in 2018, I was charging, I think like $35 for a haircut.
Standard?
Yeah. And then when I started
And you were in a barbershop or hybrid or?
No, so I've always been an independent, independent contractor.
Okay.
I was in a salon for about 2 years, and then I moved to another salon in 2020.
Okay.
And then I opened up my own shop in 2022.
And do you have a team now?
No, it's just me.
Oh, okay. So are you salon suite or just studio or?
I'm a studio. I don't know the difference, honestly.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah.
But let's talk, okay, let's go back to pricing when it started to increase, sorry.
So I started at 55 when I started doing the program.
Okay.
And then now I'm at $100 for
Good for you.
a shortcut. Yeah.
Amazing.
And that was in 2 years,
Good
2 or
for
3
you.
years. And I also make money off social media.
For sure.
And so the more I'm seen on social media, the more my value goes up. And I think what's really important for people to understand is I've talked to so many stylists, and I actually went to a person that I went to go see. She does those like head massage. She's like a head spa now.
Okay. The Japanese head massage?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
And she was like, nobody was paying my worth.
Okay.
And there's a very big difference between your worth and your value.
Right.
What I think I'm worth is less than what I charge.
Right.
My value is much higher than I charge
Okay.
because I'm booked out solid for 5 weeks,
Good for you.
which is great.
That's not common these days.
It's not. But my value is so high because I show what people can expect in my chair.
Right.
You can do the best before and after video, or excuse me, photo. You can do the best like transformation video of like, look how terrible they look before and then look at the after. If you don't see their experience of saying what they want in the chair and you executing that, where you say, I'm going to do this, this, and this on their head, and then you show the after and they're so happy, nobody's going to know what if they're getting what they want.
Well, that's what I was saying to you is like, I feel like my friend M do you know M will cut you or M? I always forget.
Emarita.
Yeah. Is that the person I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
they were in Boston. Now they're in Rhode Island.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I taught M in a class, and I feel like M sort of took your, like again, like they were doing, like they surpassed me on socials, and I've been messaging like, dude, you're killing it. I'm not like that at this point, and like my career, like when I see people are doing well, I'm like, wow. And to leave Boston to go to where they are now, to rebuild a clientele is very tough to do, and I think they've done really, really well.
So they were the person that I saw doing the program.
Okay.
So they were actually doing it first.
So they were, okay. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
And I think what they have done, I think they've kind of stepped back and reassess.
That's my homie. We went to the casino together.
Great. Yeah. But it's like, I think they were stepping back and reassessing what they wanted their socials to look like.
Right.
And so I feel like they've been a little less present on social media as of late, and I think they're starting to ramp up again.
Right.
But they were the first person that
it's also hard to build when there's no one to build on. When you're building a new clientele, you know?
Yes.
You know?
In that respect, yes.
Sure.
I think with social media, there are so many people, specifically in the barber community, where they see the C cups and the fades and the tapers, and they want it to look so clean. They want it to look so fresh.
Right.
My videos don't look like that. As you said before.
Yeah.
They're not great quality.
Right.
I don't need them to be great quality.
No.
I don't. People want to see people. They want to see people authentically being themselves.
I've literally reevaluated my socials with our team as of recently. I'm like, you know what? Like, I feel like the content that I've been putting out is kind of similar to everybody's because that was sort of expected. And now I'm kind of like, you know what? I'd rather get, and this has actually happened to me recently, I've had less views and my business has ramped up.
Interesting.
Like I've had less views and I've had more bookings, more education, and made more money. I'm not kidding. And people are like, why? Because again, Henry, who's been working with us, is like, we're actually hitting impactful stuff. Yeah. And it's not just a viral haircut video that people are sharing. And that's fine.
It gets muddled. When you have 1,000 of those videos, nobody stands out.
No.
For my videos, I'm showing people it doesn't have to be so pristine. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm like, my blow dries, not the best.
Right.
However, I don't have the cleanest haircuts, and that's okay. I don't need the cleanest haircuts because I'm showing it.
And I love that you're being honest about this, because I think a lot of people have gotten wrapped into the social media world versus the real world of what clients and guests and people are expecting, which is customer service. Be treated nicely. You know, get a great haircut. You know, And I even find sometimes, because I work with a lot of models now, it's different. Not everyone wants the camera shoved in their face to be like, and it's like we don't even care about them as people.
Right.
We care about the haircut to get you to come to a class.
Yeah.
Do you know what
Here's
I mean?
my
And I'm
content.
Like, yeah,
You're my
exactly.
content
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then like, are we using people now?
Yes.
And like, that's where I'm, exactly.
Yes.
So I started to realize, I'm like, cool, like, is that a part of their service?
Right.
It's not. Part of their service is not to be showcased to make more money.
Right.
The service is to be taken to the reception saying, thank you so much for coming. Hope to see you in 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, I get it. We all need to use people.
Yeah.
But like, again, I think I actually ask consent from most people. If I'm actually like on the salon or the barbershops, I'm like, do you mind being on camera? And sometimes people come in and like, yo, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want that. And you know, I'm having a bad day, or I just don't want to be on camera. I just want to come and get my hair cut.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I think there's also been this etiquette thing that sometimes barbers and stylists have stepped over now. And I'm like, have you even asked to do that?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this though.
Yeah.
What has been like the most challenging thing? And I mean, it's amazing you've connected with Fancy. You know, I've now connected with Fancy, and I love what those guys are doing.
They're
It's
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
I was kind of the outsider this weekend, to be completely honest with you, because I just got invited to be here. And like I said, I'm like Ringo Starr. I'm just like happy to play drums in the band this weekend. Like, what has been like probably like one of the hardest challenges you've faced in the last 2 years as the socials have grown, as you've been invited to do stuff, as you've tried to like break up your schedule to do like education or whatever? Like, is it work-life balance for you? Are you like, where's your biggest challenge right now as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably balance for sure. You know, my fiance and I are, you know, going to plan a wedding and start a family, and we just bought a house. So thank you. But it's like, it's a lot to balance, and I'm so incredibly grateful. Oh, I'm getting emotional. I'm so grateful to have a partner that supports me in what I want to do. That's
beautiful.
I actually texted her the other day and I was like, I'm trying to get into the show. I really want to teach her the show. And I was nervous to text her that.
Right.
Because I was like, it wasn't what we planned for this year. It wasn't a trip that we planned. We've been traveling so much. She's actually traveling right now. And I was so scared that
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
I've had this crying year. From January till now, like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's I'm approaching 40.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if it's my kids doing something.
Yeah.
I had staff awards in January, and I was handing out awards to my staff and broke down.
Yep.
And some of my staff were like, what is up with you, man? I don't know what it is, but I've just been like, and I feel like I'm actually being my true self. Yeah. I'm like, I'm actually kind of hating the internet. So I appreciate you being emotional. It's totally cool.
She texted me and said, nice. Like, that's awesome.
Support.
And I was like, that's incredible.
I did not expect you to be here. That's why I was so shocked.
I didn't expect you to be here.
Holy shit.
You walked up to me yesterday and I was like, hey,
dude,
I know you.
Dude, that's sick.
It was awesome. But I think the thing with the internet of what you say, like, you kind of hate the internet. I also hate the internet. And so I feel like I built this thing on socials where it's like a breath of fresh air, where people can just be people. It's authentic. You just show up as yourself, because that's not wrong. There's nothing wrong about how you want to show up. You want to look super weird in this weird fucking punk ass haircut? Awesome. I want to make you look super weird because that's how you feel confident.
Fair.
And I think sticking to my values on social media and building on that. And now I can kind of sprinkle other parts of my personality where I'm very sarcastic.
Right.
And I actually posted something when I got here. I posted a picture of Domino's. Right. And I was like, Canada's just like us, like Americans. I had so many Canadians reach out to me and they're like, no, we're not. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I understand that. I think Canada's
right now.
way better than us.
Yeah, well.
I want to be Canadian.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
Yeah, a lot of people want to be Canadian right now.
But a lot of people don't understand that I am sarcastic. And so I feel like it's allowing everybody to
I can't believe people
themselves.
Actually took that one that deep, but fair enough.
Some of them. Other people were like, no, we're not, but good try.
Fair.
Yeah.
I was going to say something to you. So how did you connect with Fancy? Because that seems like a bit of a, I hope to see you on shows with them. I hope to see that's like kind of, is that like sort of like, you know, your next move? Yeah.
Okay. So I had somebody big in the industry reach out to me who I didn't really align with, but I was kind of curious about. So I kind of asked around. And then I had already connected with Mari, I think.
Sure.
She took the same program that I took.
Okay.
To build the socials.
Wow.
And
what program is this, if you don't mind me asking?
His name is Deluxe. So it's literally Deluxe.
Yep.
And it's
in Florida.
Yeah. It's great. It works great.
Okay.
But Yeah, Mari reached out to me and said, you should talk to M. Chen. I think I had some like business questions or something.
Sure.
And M is so incredibly open about everything that she was like, yeah, let's hop on a phone call, I'll tell you everything.
Cool.
And we talked for like 15 minutes and I was like, hey, can I assist you in a show? I just want to see if
So you
this
did
is
some
something that I
work
want
for
to do.
free?
Yeah.
Dude, this is where I tell people all the time how I got here.
Yeah,
Even
I
in
flew
like where
myself
I'm
down.
at.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for
and
you.
And so Jake was there. It was an HB hairbrand event.
Yep.
And I went up to Jake and I was like, hey, this person reached out to me and he was like, yeah, I mean, do what you want, but I didn't have the best experience. And then I talked to about 10 other people in the industry having the exact same experience. And I was like, huh, good to know. And so, you know, I feel like when you align yourself with your values, it starts to just like flood out of you where you're like, I'm aligned with you guys.
For sure.
Let's hang out. And when I talked to Jake about it, he was like, yeah, I would love to have you on the team. If you like my scissors, great. If not, no big deal.
Right.
I'll see you around.
So something
It's-
I've been
yeah.
saying to people is like, I feel like you got to build your own gang now.
Yeah.
You got to build your own gang,
Yeah.
your own team. No one's going to do it for you.
Right.
And you got to find the people that you align with and want to work with, you
Yeah.
know? And, you know, Drake here being in the six, always says like, you know, no new friends in a sense. And I don't mean that in like, I'm not looking for new friends, but I think it's kind of like, I do believe keeping the circle small at times to
Yeah.
work with the right calculated people
Yeah.
is pretty interesting. For me anyways.
Yeah.
So I thought it was actually kind of cool because I definitely saw synergy this morning with everybody, even though I was
Yeah.
cutting and I didn't want to be, you know, and that's even when I was on stage today, I was actually way more quiet than I usually
Yeah.
would be because I wanted
Yeah.
to make sure that Mari and Maddie had
Sure.
their time. I'm always in this building.
Yep.
People always see me. I'm
Yep.
always a loudmouth on the internet.
Yep.
You know, I'm always saying polarizing, controversial stuff. And I
Right.
just had fun today, man. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
like I was just like, I just want to like, again, be Ringo in the band,
Yeah.
play some drums,
Yeah.
smile, and be happy. So it was like kind of cool. But I saw like a really beautiful thing with you and the team today. And
Thanks.
I really hope to see that you get platformed. And I think you're kind of
Yeah.
on your way.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be at Premiere this year.
Good for you.
Going with Fancy, I have like a workshop, and then I'll be on main stage, and then hopefully I'll be in some HB shows here in the
Amazing.
future.
Well, listen, congrats on getting married.
Thanks.
Congrats on everything that's happened to you.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate you jumping on here for
man.
a hot minute. And I hope we connect again soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank
I
you
would
so
love it.
much.
Yeah.
Perfect. You heard it here first on the OA, AKA Owners Anonymous. Thank you. Please click, watch, subscribe, and please follow our friend at Hair for Humans. We'll catch you next time. Thank you.
Awesome.
It was
dude.
awesome. Did you
Yeah,
enjoy that?
That was great.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I loved it.
Appreciate it.
It was
Thank you.
awesome.